Hello everybody and welcome back to another one. You already know where we're at. We're out at our property, and today the guys from Finney Trucking have been hauling dirt all day long. This morning it was -1 degree, so definitely a chilly one out, but all this dirt over here is what they got hauled today. You may be able to see it right over there, the excavator digging in our future pond. They're going to continue filling around this way, right here in front of the garage, down the new driveway, bringing in all that sand, and then once they got a decent amount of sand stockpiled here, they will then switch over to digging the clay. Let's jump up to the top of the pile here though, and we'll probably be able to get a better view. So they've been using the off-road dump truck hauling all this today, and the road seems to be holding up. Let me go ahead and switch the mic around. May have been picking up a little bit of the noise from the bulldozer. They got that fired up. We're nearing the end of the day, so they're gonna go ahead and level off all of the sand. So this area here that they brought in all the sand from over there yesterday is going to be for the septic field. Should be done hauling sand from over there now at this point. Everything else should be coming out of the pond area. And see, the sand is a lot more loamy. Looks like a lot of clay in it, and that is why we are using the sand from over there. A lot better filtration properties for the septic and inside of the house. So quite a bit of work happened in the last 3 days, all possible because of the freezing temperatures we had. This weekend it's supposed to get up to, I think, 33 degrees, so just above freezing. That shouldn't be too bad though. I don't think the frost will even come out of the ground at that temperature. And then Monday, things are gonna drop down to -2 degrees Monday night. So definitely going to be a chilly one out here again. And let's check out the road though. This timber road that Dad and I put in right here. It looks like the only area that was starting to get a little soft was where that water line is coming in along the new driveway from the road. We got 3 potential driveways though, or roads from the pond. One right here, I was able to drive my truck across this today, and it seems like it's pretty hard, so potentially may be able to use that one. But this is the roadway we've been using all day long, and yeah, it is definitely hard, icy, got a lot of frost in it now, except for that area right there where that water line is going across. Looks like might start to be busting up a little bit, but that's all right. It's the end of the day, so it was able to hold up to a whole day's worth of trucking, and it's got the weekend to go ahead and freeze up a little more. Looks like this one spot here may have been busting up a little bit, cracking up a little bit here as well. But yeah, that looks fine. We'll head on over here now. We'll watch them load one off-road dump truck, include a little bit of this raw video at the very end as usual, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get the drone up in the air. So here is the pond. It's gonna be starting from right here at this corner where everything is stripped off. Of course it is snow covered. We got about 3 to 4 inches yesterday. So this is all the dirt that they hauled out of here today was right here in that cove, and now we're starting a new trail hauling up this direction again. So you can see the hole. Let's go up here and check it out. It looks like there's actually a little bit of water starting to seep back in this hole again. Pretty surprising because it's about 15 degrees out yet, so it is really cold. Again though, you can see we got about 3 foot of sand. It looks like 2 feet here, and then it starts getting up into 3 feet, a little bit more near this end of the pond. So I think we'll have plenty of sand here. We'll see though. They're going to keep taking strips away at this till we get to our half an acre pond. I have a feeling it might be a little bit larger than half an acre, but I am definitely fine with that. And yeah, once they get a lot of the sand stripped off the top, then they can go ahead and start digging the clay beneath it. And that clay we're going to be using for fill around the outside of the sand that's around the outside of the house foundation. So like I said, we'll go ahead, wash and unload this one more off-road truck, then head back to the truck, throw the drone back up in the air. We got a little bit better vantage point at the top of our topsoil. That is a full truckload though, so calling it quits for the day. Now we're gonna head back to the house where they're gonna go ahead and start leveling off a little bit of that sand with the bulldozer. So not a whole lot of excavator work going on, at least that I captured today on camera, but I will include in this video probably a lot of the video that will be coming from making of this pond. So digging out this pond and where all this dirt is going into the driveway. So stay tuned. Definitely a lot of video. If you've been watching this video this long so far, make sure you go down below, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and leave any questions and comments you have down below. Let's head on over here now though and watch the bulldozer level some of this dirt, and of course get some of that drone video. Jumping into the drone video now, you can see just how much dirt was hauled this day. So a lot of sand. This sand here is going around this side because we will be having a feature driveway along this side of the house. You can see in the background though how much was actually hauled out of there from this day. The void, the empty void that is left in the sand hill. At the time of me filming this voiceover, they are going to start framing on our house this week. And all the excavating is pretty much done, at least done until the springtime. I'll fly back this direction a little bit closer to the pond. We ended up moving 8,800 cubic yards of dirt between the sand and the clay. That's pretty much going to be the final total. A lot more dirt than we thought we would need. But good thing that we have a lot of property here to be able to pull it from. So that was great. This sand area over here on the top right, they ended up taking. That wasn't actually part of the pond. So when they ended up digging the clay out, they dumped a lot of that clay back into that void where the sand was taken out of and filled that back in. We'll probably let the farmer farm that again this year. Over here on the left-hand side, you can see the fire that I got going back again. Just 2 stumps left in that fire to burn. When we go ahead and clear out the rest of the trees that we cut along this ditch line for the consumer's power, the energy to come down through here, we'll probably go ahead and burn that. I'm just waiting for Dad to bring his tractor back so that we can just go ahead, use that, put the forks on it, and be able to scoop up all that brush and easily dump it onto the bonfire. You can see the bulldozer going ahead, leveling off a little bit of that sand. They don't like leaving the sand piled up, especially when we're getting to our freezing temperatures, because then when you go ahead and try leveling it off, you end up having large boulder size rocks, big sand chunks where the frost has got into. So it's just easier at the end of the night when they're wrapping up to go ahead and level this off as best they could. And again, off-road dump truck bringing one more load over here on the left hand side, and we can also see a little bit of that wood for our framing that will be going in place. And this was actually in an area that they needed to dump some more sand, so they ended up moving that out of the way and put it up on the sand pile after they got this area leveled off a little bit closer to the house. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll actually let this play through to some of this raw video. And yeah, make sure you go down below, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not, leave any questions and comments you have down below as well. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.